Hello, little dreamer. Welcome to Relaxation Stories, where soft words and kind hearts meet under the stars. Tonight, we'll share 3 gentle bedtime stories, calm, warm, and full of love. You'll meet a curious little boy with a very long nose, a humble barber, and a kind merchant who learn a powerful lesson. And finally, a mother whose love shines through a simple bowl of soup. Now, close your eyes, take a slow breath, and let your heart drift into this gentle world of dreams. Story 1. The Long-Nosed Boy. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village surrounded by blooming flowers, there lived a cheerful boy named Long Nose. And oh, what a nose he had. It was so long that when he walked, it would bump into things. The door, the table, even the neighbor's cat. Everyone in the village loved him dearly, and they fondly called him Little Long Nose. One sunny morning, golden sunlight brushed the rooftops, the breeze whispered through the grass, and the sound of birds filled the blue sky. Little Long Nose woke up early, stepped into his garden, and smiled at the sea of flowers before him. Red roses, purple carnations, and tall golden sunflowers. The air was full of sweet scents. He took a deep breath, his long nose wiggled. "Oh, everything smells so lovely," he exclaimed. Then, at the far end of the garden, he saw a big apple tree, heavy with shiny red apples, glowing like tiny suns. "Wow, they look delicious," he said, licking his lips. He tried to climb the tree, but his long nose kept getting tangled in the branches. Finally, he sat down on the grass, sighing. "I wish I didn't have this long nose," he grumbled. "I don't need a nose or ears or even eyes. All I need is a mouth, just to eat yummy apples." Just then, a golden bee buzzed by, startled by what it heard. "Wait, you don't need a nose," buzzed the bee. "How will you smell the flowers or find sweet honey?" Then a beautiful nightingale flew down from a nearby tree. She tilted her head and sang, "And if you had no ears, little one, how would you hear my songs, or the gentle rain, or your mother's lullaby?" The flowers swayed softly in the breeze and whispered, "And if you had no eyes, how would you see our colors? How would you watch the rainbow after the rain?" The little boy fell silent. His heart felt warm, like sunlight touching his chest. He realized how lucky he truly was. "You're right," he said softly. "My nose, my ears, my eyes, they're all precious gifts. I'll take care of them from now on." From that day forward, Little Long Nose washed his face every morning, wiped his nose gently, brushed his hair, and greeted the sunrise with a bright, happy smile. Moral: every part of us is a gift. Our eyes, our ears, our nose, our hands. When we care for them with love, we can see, smell, hear, and feel how beautiful life truly is. Story 2. The Merchant and the Barber. Once upon a time, there was a rich merchant, not only wealthy, but also kind. He helped everyone in need, the poor, the sick, and anyone who came to his door. But one day, misfortune struck. He lost everything: his gold, his house, even his shop. The friends he once helped turned away, pretending not to know him. Lonely and sad, he moved into a tiny old hut, cooking simple meals and doing all the work by himself. One cold night, he fell asleep on his bamboo bed. In his dream, a kind man dressed in saffron robes appeared. The man smiled and said, "I am the wealth that your father and grandfather earned through their good deeds. Tomorrow, I will visit your home. When I arrive, Take a stick and tap me gently on the head. I will turn into gold." When the merchant woke, he wasn't sure whether to believe it. Still, his heart filled with hope. The next morning, he invited a village barber to cut his messy hair. While the barber worked, a monk wearing brown robes appeared at the door. He looked exactly like the man from the dream. The merchant trembled but remembered the words. He whispered an apology and gently tapped the monk's head 3 times. Suddenly, the monk shimmered with light and turned into glowing bars of gold. The merchant gasped, overwhelmed with gratitude. He quietly stored the gold, used only what he needed to live, and helped others in secret. But the barber had seen everything. Greedy thoughts filled his mind. "If he can make gold from monks," he thought, "then I'll do it too. And make even more." The next day, the barber went to the village temple. He invited several kind monks to his house, offered them food and tea, and when they weren't looking, he grabbed a stick and hit them on the head. There was no gold, only pain, panic, and shouting. The villagers rushed in, horrified. The barber was arrested and later confessed his crime, crying in regret. Moral: goodness brings blessings, but greed brings sorrow. When we act with kindness and patience, miracles will find us, just like they did for the kind merchant. Story 3: The Chive Soup of a Mother's Love. Once, there lived a gentle young man who loved his mother dearly. They were poor, their home was small, their meals simple, but their hearts were full of warmth. His mother was old and frail. Her hands trembled, her back was bent, but every day she still cooked for her son with love. Then, one terrible day, everything changed. The young man was accused of a crime he didn't commit. He was taken away and locked in a dark, cold prison. No trial, no chance to explain, just silence and sadness. His mother cried every night. Her hair turned white, her steps grew weak, but her heart refused to rest. She couldn't visit him, but she could still do one thing: cook him his favorite dish, chive soup. In their language, chive soup meant home. It was simple: green chives cut perfectly even, lined up as straight as threads on a cloth. Her son once joked, "If your chives are uneven, I'll be sad, Mama." So even now, with shaking hands and tearful eyes, she measured each one carefully. When the soup was ready, she packed it gently in cloth and leaves and begged the guard to deliver it to her son. In the dark cell, the young man opened the bundle. The steam rose, soft and fragrant. Every piece of chive was perfectly straight, perfectly green. He stared for a long time, and tears rolled down his cheeks. The guard asked softly, "Why are you crying? Don't you want to eat?" The young man whispered, "My mother must have used a ruler to cut each chive just the way I liked it. Even with weak hands, she still did this for me. How can I eat this when my heart hurts so much?" The guard's eyes filled with tears. He took the soup to the judge. After hearing the story, the judge said quietly, "A son who cries for his mother's soup cannot be a bad man." He reopened the case, and soon the truth was revealed. The young man was innocent. When he was freed, he ran home as fast as he could. There, by the door, sat his mother, half asleep in her chair, her head nodding softly under the sunlight. He hugged her tightly, listening to her heartbeat, steady, warm, and full of love. Moral: a simple bowl of soup made with love can melt even the coldest heart. When you speak kindly, help others, or say, "I love you, Mom," you're cooking your own bowl of love, right inside your heart. And so, my dear little dreamer, we've traveled through 3 gentle tales tonight. The boy who learned to love himself, the merchant who learned the power of kindness, and the son whose mother's love changed everything. Now, it's time to rest. The wind outside is asleep. The moon is smiling softly through your window. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and drift into sweet dreams. Good night from Relaxation Stories.